Recorded. Folks, grade 10s, the math 10s. Let's just go through this here. I'll give you guys a quick second here. We should know how to solve an equation like this. The phrase that pays is cross multiply, divide by the loaner. I'm going to give you guys a second to solve that one, and I'm going to ask them for your answer there. Calculator is totally necessary. If you don't have your calculator, you can borrow some calculator. You can return it at the end of the class. Okay, cross multiply, divide by the loaner. Get set up there. And Isaiah, I want to just stop in and just double check. So, divide by 6. Good. Notice. You do? Okay. You're a good kid. While I'm doing this, I will come back to this. I've got my stuff up here. I'm going to stick around here. Now, were you doing this problem, or? I know it's your first day here, so I was just wondering, do you know how to do this kind of problem? Cross multiply? Which two numbers are multiplied? 48 times 1 is 48. Divide by 6? 8. 8 is great. Now, I'll leave the other ones for you to just finish off later. As long as we know how to solve those, cross multiply, divide by the loaner, you can use a calculator. Now, math on job. It says here to read page 23, well, no. But Linda wants to buy a pair of tomato seedlings. Pardon me. From a wholesaler. Company A sells 20 plants for $45.95. Company B sells 24 plants for $48.50. What is the unit price at each wholesaler? Now, what is a unit price is what you might be asking. A unit price, hey guys, I'll need you to pay attention here too. It's not too complicated, but I do need you to pay attention as we do this. So, at the back too. Yeah. Okay, unit price is the price of one. In this case, one plant. So here's what we need to know first. Maybe jot this down, because the whole thing is unit pricing and currency exchange. Jot this up ahead. Unit price is equal to the price of one. One item. Sometimes it could be like kilograms or whatever, 1 kilogram. So it's not always an actual item you can grab. The unit price is the price of one item. Now, getting back to the problem, Linda wants to buy tomato seedlings. Company A sells 20 plants for $45.95. 20 plants for $45.95. Well, Company A. How am I going to find the price of one plant? That's what we're trying to do. I know you're just... Misha, you're always wonderful. I know. So, if 20 plants cost $45.95, what would you type in your calculator to get the price of one plant? Or anyone else? Or I'll pick someone else. Hey, let's see. Yeah, you're covering up your face because you know. So what are you doing? How do you get it though? You betcha. So the price of one, you just use division. If it's $45.95 for 20 plants, Now this won't be an equation to solve. We just divide, because remember, a fraction always means division. 40, oh, I put 49. 45.95 divided by the 20 plants. Type that in your calculator. Tomato calculator. 5.95 divided by 20. And use rounding, because 2.2975 is what the calculator tells you. Well, we know you don't even use pennies anymore when you pay in cash, so, but round it up to that 229, here, I'll just put this down here, 22975. Well, that's no good. We always round to 2 decimal places if it's money. You just do, right? So you got to round to this spot. What does the 7 behind you tell you? Rounding wise. Up, right? So this is $2.30. And that's per one plant. That's from company A. Then company B sells 24 plants for $48.50. Well, let's figure that one out. Same idea, the total price, $48.50, divided by the 24 plants you get for that price. And right off the bat, we'll round to 2 decimal places on this one. So you take it into your calculator. You hit that, 48.50 divided by your 24. $2.02. Per one plant. Now you don't have to put one plant, you can just put per plant, but you need words in there. In this math course in general, you'll need words attached to your answers, and often a sentence. Now, we just did the first part. What's the unit price at each wholesaler? Obviously, which is the better deal? The cheaper one, B. I would say, though, that just looking at this and then this, it would be hard to tell which one's the better price per plant. You'd have to actually work that out first, right? Just by looking at it, it's kind of tough, because this is more money up front for 24 plants, but it's cheaper per plant. Now, what is the unit price? Okay, we got the unit prices. The price for one plant. What is the price difference between the two companies, the unit price difference? So now we're getting to that part of the problem. The difference is really subtraction, right? So I'm going to take 230, subtract my 202. Might be able to do that in your head. 30 minus 2 cents is 28 cents. So dollar sign decimal 28 is 28 cents. And you'd say it's 28 cents, I'm going to say cheaper per plant from company B. Now that makes sense. If you just put down decimal 28, it doesn't tell me you understood. Because I know people are smart here, I'm sure. Just got to get it down with numbers and words. And in this class, at least, the numbers aren't too bad. It's the words. And you guys will be able to solve all kinds of problems in a month. You guys will be amazed. Now, what factors apart from price, though, would young Linder want to consider? It says here too, as far as a last part of the question, because it seems like a no-brainer. It's It's almost 38 cents. It's 28 cents cheaper from company B, so you go with company B for sure. However, have you ever went to a store and you saw something really cheap? You think that's the place to go. And then you get there and their plants are maybe crappy. They look like they're all going to die or something like that. So you wouldn't necessarily go with the cheapest place. Maybe company A has better plants and that's why they're a little bit more expensive. So what kind of things would you consider apart from price? Probably Linda, it said there. Linda should also consider the quality of the plants. It's like shopping for groceries if you ever do. You ever buy no-name ketchup? You ever have no-name ketchup? You have? You don't use ketchup? Well, then you're out of this discussion. Plus, you're in Math 20, you should be working on it. You ever have some cheap butt ketchup? You don't touch it. I always buy Heinz. It's the only kind. Sometimes I get some like Co-op brand ketchup or something, someone's house. I'm like, what is this garbage here? It just tastes like red water. So I will always go with, some things I'll buy more expensive stuff because I like that brand better. I like fancy. No. Fancy ketchup is that organic stuff with tomato seeds in it and stuff. It doesn't taste any good though. You know, so sometimes you don't go with the cheapest price because you know it's better. That's all. Sometimes they say you get what you pay for. If you get something too cheap, it's garbage. So some of these problems do require you to write some sentences out. So now, am I good at this one? Did people understand the math behind it? Misha did, so. Who's not? Yeah, you're just kidding. Take a look at this. This is from a grocery store. I took this picture myself. Now they say, and this is obviously a mistake, I would never buy a cereal priced at $400 per 100 grams. They say that that the regular price is $4.99 per 100 grams. It's obvious they made a mistake. So, figure out what the real price is for 100 grams. Well, let's take a look here. Got a few things here. This is Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal. That's great. But it's actually 360 grams for $4 each, right? 2 for $8. Often at places, some places you don't have to actually buy the two. You don't have to spend $8. You can buy one box at that sale price. Some places you can't. Be careful. Superstores often, like, if you go there and you buy something, it'll say the price for one, $4.99. And if you buy 2 or more, then you get the sale price. So some places you do have to. How are we going to find out, using this sale price of $4, how much per 100 grams? When we know we're buying 360. Well, here's what we'll do. Let's go with this. We get that. It's $4 for a box, a 360 gram box of cereal. We don't want it for 1 gram. I was saying price for 100 grams, just because that's the way they're comparing stuff, right? They're doing it like this. It sure ain't $400. So what I'm going to do is say I want it for 100 grams. Hey, this is starting to look like the problem we did the other day. Darn tootin' it is. 100 grams from there, right? That's why I'm using 100 grams. So it's sort of like the unit price. It's the price per 100 units, 100 grams. But the phrase of page, it's something like this. Cross multiply, divide by the rule. Someone with a calculator. You should all have calculators at this point. Cross multiply. Misha's getting it for me. What is it, Misha? Well, what do you got? It's a lot of digits going on forever, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like 1.1.
Because it's money, though. Where do we round it off? How many decimal places? 2. Yeah. So, this x turns out to be, cross multiply, 4 times 100 is 400. Divide by 360, you get 1.111111. Okay. So this means that x equals $1.11 per 100 grams for this cereal. Who knows how they got that? They just didn't do the division on there. It's computers. It's the computer's fault, I'm sure they'd tell you. If you had $400 per 100 grams, that's crazy, eh? That'd be like Golden Puffs or something like that with real gold in it or something. I don't know. I would never buy that. Okay? Now, just taking a look here at some of these problems here. Well, let's just get one more of this. Do we want to do 4 or 5 together? 5 it is. Then. Usually people take that the higher end. Little do they know. By the way, when you do 4, you'll do 4 after. Groceries, Campbell's soup, a flat of soup, 12-pack of any flavors, $4.99. That's a good sale. Often it's $5.99 too. Those are both good prices. You'd figure out the can of 1 soup by just doing division. Back to school supplies, though, is what we're working on. This week, Walmart's selling 24-pack of Crayolas for $1.25. Staples is selling a 60-pack for $5.96. What's the unit price for each pencil at each store? A. Unit prices. Well, let's do our Walmart one first. And go with Walmart with green. 24 crayons for $1.25. $24 colored pencils for oh, what did I do this here? Sorry. I did. I'm talking at the same time I put $1. $1.25 for 24 pencils. So that's a matter of using your calculator. Staples. $5.96. For 60. I'll wait on you for a second here. You're good. Just check around here. You guys. Tell you what, is there a fraction, or I mean, a mode where you get the decimals? He's going to want, like, dollars and cents. Tell you what, I'll loan you one for now. You return it at the end of the class. Anything, well, I'm up to the boat. Anyone on that side, me? Nothing? You got the right idea. Yeah. Calculators let me down. We'll just do that. And other people set up. You guys got answers? You guys don't have answers. Oh, okay. So that's 5 cents. That decimal 0 5, right? Always 0. Come on. Can't let Papa do everything there. Okay. I just saw Daryl's we can round this one off too. 0.05, so 5 cents per pencil at Walmart. Whereas the other one, when you do the division, is 9.9. I gotta put this down here. That's no good. We gotta round that up. When you round up, that pushes the 9 up, it makes it actually decimal 10. Round. So that means it is 10 cents per pencil. Now, which store would you purchase your crayons from? It's obvious it's cheaper at Walmart, right? But why would you even consider going to Staples to buy the other pack when it's twice the price per pencil? How many pencils do you get in that Staples pack? 60. You get way more though. And you remember when you were little, everybody loved the kid who had that supersized crayon set, you know what I'm talking about? Me, I'm a cheapskate, my kids go there with 8 crayons, that's it. And then they want more, I just break them in half. Here you got twice as many, now don't complain. You know, stuff like that. You want 60 crayons? I'll give you 60 crayons. But you got to think about this. Which store would you purchase crayons from? Pencil crayons? I personally, as a parent, I know. You know what happens? I go with the small one, and you know what? The only color that gets used up first? Black, right? I always used up the black, then probably red and blue after that. At the end of the year, I always had that skin color, peach color, or whatever. Didn't match skin color to everybody anyways, did it? Right? And then the other one that was always like white. Who the heck ever, sometimes I'd come back at the end of the year, my white crayon had never been even sharpened, right? Like stupid. Anyways, so I definitely don't mean a pack of 60 pencil crayons for my kids. I'm an old cheapskate. That's why. So B, which store would I go? Walmart. It's cheaper. Why? This is me. You guys decide. Maybe you want the 60 crayons because I want 60 pencil crayons. And you put that down. It is cheaper. And my kids don't need 60 pencil crayons. They'll be all like begging, oh, but Papa, we want the biggest. You know, shut your mouths and be happy. You know, stuff like that. School's not about fun. Anyways, I'm going to stop the recording and the mispronouncing.